The other popular subject of discussion when it comes to the future of Black Panther is, of course, the mantle of the Black Panther. And should Shuri be allowed to become the Black Panther? And in my opinion, yes, this should definitely go to her. So we have already talked about the future of Black Panther 2, the possibility of recasting and what to do with the character, and I fall in with the people that say that Shuri should become the next Black Panther. Now, I fall in with that crowd, and obviously I have my reasons, as do many people. One, that this has been done in the comics and would logically make sense if they did it. A lot of people loved Shuri in the movie as well, and again, I fall in with that. She was my absolute favorite character in that movie, and I want to see more of her and how they expand upon that. But the big takeaway here for me is the fact that, again, if we recast, you're running into some issues, and people are gonna obviously be like, well, this is so hard, and the actor's gonna have to, really, he's gonna be compared unfairly. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's such a huge amount of respect he has to pay to Chadwick, and he has to step in such huge shoes to fill that it's almost going to be near impossible. And that's one of those scenarios that I see a lot of people bring up that I do agree with to a degree. But Shuri, on the other hand, imagine this, and this is the scenario that I'm going to go with. When Black Panther came out, you saw people all across the world, especially little boys of color. They had their superhero. They had a male superhero to look up to who had their skin color. It was something that they haven't seen before, and it went on to become a worldwide phenomenon. Girls, what do they have for superheroes, really? In Marvel, they have Black Widow, but she's already passed away. And they have Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel, again, yes, that movie did great. Girls love that movie. But there's far less girls that are watching that movie that are, again, girls of color. Again, they don't have one for them. Could you imagine if Black Panther 2 did for girls of color what the first film did for little boys of color? Again, that right there within itself, it would be a huge statement. And we know Marvel has already been planning the whole passing down the mantle of the name, having younger sidekicks and building up the young Avengers. Shuri, again, you could really work this character into the MCU, in my opinion, and do this. And you could possibly even maybe do something else with Black Panther where you could have a legacy style thing where maybe there is a few people that take on the name to honor it, and maybe you do recast, but eventually you're still going to get to the part where Shuri does become her own character and more than likely puts on a suit like in the comics. So it'll be interesting to see how they proceed with it. Again, I'm going with the option that they should honestly just promote Shuri to Black Panther and see how that does, because I think we're going to get into that scenario again where that film is going to, again, break $1 billion easily and go on to make a ton of money because there's so much love for it. And people are going to show up, one, to pay respect, but two, little girls, there's your thing. Look at that. You got another female superhero leading another $1 billion franchise. It just makes sense.